Hey guys, Chris from Provo Beast Audio Installation, and in today's video we're going to show you how to bypass your factory amplifier to install your brand new sound system. Let's get started. Now there may be a few reasons why you would bypass your factory amplifier, and it really depends on the direction you're taking your audio sound system. Now generally speaking, the first reason would be upgrading to an aftermarket amplifier. If you want a little bit more power, prevent distortion, install your own speakers, there's a couple of different reasons why you'd upgrade aftermarket over factory. Number two, sometimes factory amplifiers have factory equalization or sound processing that's going to really mess up your audio sound system and you just want to get rid of it. Number three, sometimes you're going to get some signal clipping or bad distortion when trying to integrate into a factory amplifier, and it's just giving you a headache. Now, sometimes the factory amp has just failed and we need to just replace it altogether. We're going aftermarket, and the best way to do that is with the right equipment. Now there's times that you shouldn't bypass your amplifier, and that can be very vehicle specific, especially when there's no aftermarket support when replacing the amplifier altogether. So it really kind of just depends on the route you're taking your audio sound system. Now to get started, bypassing the factory amplifier in some situations can be super easy and simple by simply purchasing a harness and running a bit of wiring. Other instances, there may not be a harness available on the market or one that's ready to go right out of the box to use, so you have to be a little bit more creative. To know how to bypass the amp, or to know if there's an amplifier bypass kit available for your car, you can always check out big brand manufacturers like Pack Audio, Access Interfaces, iDataLink Maestro, and other various brands. There may be a manufacturer that already has out of the package a harness that allows you to bypass the factory amplifier. Today we're working on this 2006 Jeep Commander, and we have run into a couple of issues trying to integrate aftermarket radio to the factory amplifier. This vehicle is equipped with the Boston Acoustics amplifier, similar to the Infinity sound system found in other platforms, but that amplifier is causing a little bit of distortion coming through the speakers because we've installed this new radio. Also commonly on this specific model of Jeep, that amplifier does go dead based on water and condensation that drips down from the window into the amplifier. Regardless, I think we're going to get a ton better sound out of this system if we just go ahead and bypass it. We've already pulled out this aftermarket radio installed previously, and if you want to see how we did this radio install, we'll link that video down in the description there for you, which really walks you through step by step how we've gotten to this point. Back here at the bench, the part that we have found that fits this vehicle is this Metra amplifier bypass kit, and it's the Metra 70-6504. What's cool about this is these harnesses will plug into the male harnesses that we pull and remove out of the factory amplifier. We plug these in its place into those male plugs. This wire will run up into back behind the radio. What this will accomplish is allows us to essentially close the loop where the output of the radio, instead of connecting into the amplifier, will connect into our harness here by use of these ends, and then the other end will connect into the speaker outputs of the amplifier where it was originally, and that connects our output to all the doors and where speakers are located. So makes it really nice and easy. It's essentially plug and play. You just wire this into your desired aftermarket radio. So let's get this thing open. Okay, so these ends here will plug into the factory male plugs that are located at the amplifier. And what we have here is the ends that we need to wire. Now, before we go ahead and start wiring it, let's go ahead and find our amplifier and pull that on out so we can ensure that this harness works. What we also like to do is run some test tones through our wiring just to ensure everything has been pinned correctly. Now, based on our research, our factory amplifier is actually located back behind this rear panel in the third row seat area of this Commander. Sometimes they're up in the kick panel, they could be underneath the center console, or back here behind one of these panels, or it could be under a seat, just kind of depends. Since ours is back here, what we need to do is gain access to it just enough where we can plug in those harnesses. So let's quickly do a time lapse to get that access we need to this factory amp. unwrapped our harness here. We loomed our main harness just so it's not just wiring everywhere up underneath the panels as we run this cable. So the whole length is all nice and loomed like this. And then this end, we've identified our colors here. With that all done, what we can do is start running this in the vehicle, and we're gonna make our connections at the radio. We unplugged the harnesses out of the amp and plugged them into our harnesses. Now this wire is long enough where it can run all the way up to back behind the dash to connect into your aftermarket radio. Okay, so we continue running our wire loom along. We're just tucking it up underneath panels, kind of like factory, working our way forward. Continue to run it up underneath the panels, just popping everything off here. We went up and then over. Finally, we fished it up into the dash. Now, like we said, we made our connections here. The nice thing is, this bypass harness adapter is marked color for color, so we just matched colors up and essentially put a crimp cap on there and put a zip tie. And that's it. So at this point of time, we just got to get the radio back in and do a final test. Perfect. Nice thing is there's no more factory amplifier hiss or sounds or pops or anything like that. We still have plenty of power. It sounds great, and that is hopefully a helpful video for you at home if you're looking to bypass one for yourself. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to hit the like button if you like what you saw, and don't forget to subscribe. We post great content on the channel all the time, and we'll see you in the next video.